Okay, we're inside the main sports building. On the second floor is the arena. Right in here we have basketball and lots of sports practices up here. I think kendo practices downstairs, though. I've seen them before. So this is that main building. Also, you'll need to take off your shoes when you come to this building because they like to keep it clean, but that's the sports arena. And just as you're walking along the road to get to Kokusai-Koryukai-kan, we have a very large field here, which right now they're practicing American football. Yeah, they got American football here in Japan. It's usually only played in colleges, so that's one of the groups you can start open. Actually, I have a couple friends who are in this club, and it's pretty fun to watch them at least. And then we have a whole track. This is free for anyone to use. And I mean, it's good if you want to come out here and jog. I come out here every other night or so, and it's a real nice place. So now we're going to head to Kokusai-Koryukai-kan, which is just along this road, which is called Pegata. This is Pegata, and it's also a very important road. If you ever take a taxi, you want to tell them that wherever you're going, you got to go at Pegata to get to Akita University or Kokusai-Koryukai-kan, because usually taxi drivers have no idea where that is. So you have to really know where your dorm is if you're going to take a taxi. So now we are going to head over that way. Alright, we have arrived at Akita Daigaku Kokusai-Koryukai-kan. Akita University International House, one of the two. This dorm is much closer than the previously mentioned dorm, Ryugakusei-Kaikan. This is very much closer. Ryugakusei-Kaikan, if you're on a bicycle, takes about 5 or 10 minutes to get to university. Here it takes like 2 minutes on a bicycle, 5 minutes walking. So, in here, this is actually a women's dorm for the university. Behind it is Kokusai-Koryukai-kan. And we have a whole line of bicycles. You will want to buy a bicycle as soon as you get here. They are extremely useful. Even here, we actually have some families living here right now, as you can see the two boys. But usually it's just the students that live here in Kokusai-Koryukai-kan. It's really small. It can only hold about, there's about 3 floors here, so we really only hold about maybe 20 students, individual students, along with their family, if they come with their family. So we enter here. And mailboxes are right here. Here's my lovely one. Girls, be careful. When I first came here, they put me on a floor with all boys. You might want to ask about that. But this is your full list of names. If you have visitors, they will call you on this phone. And there is a phone in every dorm, except it only calls within the building. So then you have your special key, and it's an automatic here that opens the doors. And here is your lounge, where you have TV, there's a little kitchen, but every room has its own kitchen. So if you're having a party, this is a good room to have it. It's also a good study room, and there's a little barbecue outside, and everything's good, and the kids were playing with the board. And that's the main lounge. Now that we are in the building, let's take a look at some rooms. We're on the first floor, I am. Going down this lovely hallway. Down here is where the actually big family apartments are. And then all down here are 5 rooms on each floor for the international students. This floor, the first floor, only has the washing machines and dryers. Go ahead. They cost 100 yen to use. 100 yen only costs you 1 load, and then to dry your clothes, if you're used to drying your clothes, you're going to end up spending a lot of money because these don't dry as well as American dryers do. You're going to end up spending about 600 yen on each load to get it completely dry. So I don't recommend using them. I recommend just air drying them outside your own dorm. Or you can hand wash as well. These are actually, when you leave here, we put your name here. So those were 2 previous Australian students who have already gone home. They live in the laundry room now. And I'll go there too when I leave. So we're going to enter this room. It's a little messy, but you know, that's how it is in its usual daily life. Rooms are incredibly small. You do have your own kitchen, you have your own bathroom, and a bed, and a little desk for yourself. It's kind of messy. But rooms are small, but you don't need them to be big because you probably hardly ever here. You're most likely being on campus or working. Speaking of working, jobs are very easy to find, especially if you're an English speaker. If you're not an English speaker, then you probably can find a job. Most of the students here have jobs at a restaurant, and they work as waiters and things. Otherwise, if you're an English speaker, you can do that job if you're really comfortable in your Japanese. If you're not comfortable in your Japanese, there are many English schools around here. There's one called Bryan's, there's Joyce, James, many of these are English schools. There's some at Alve, at a station, and you can look into that at anywhere. You can ask the international office about jobs, but you do need a special visa to do that, and you can get that even after you've come to Japan. So just to inquire about that with the college. And from here, this concludes the documentary of Akita University. Thanks for watching.